Hello, and welcome to the WBAP 820 570 KLIF Weather Podcast for Thursday, September 8th. The main storyline we have here today is a cool down from the mid-90s recently to the upper 80s for highs early next week. No rain likely here in North Texas anytime soon, but a minor cool down is certainly going to be welcome. Let's start off with this morning's satellite view. We see a few mid-level clouds streaming from basically north to south, fairly close to the track of Interstate 45 from Dallas on down to Houston. The surface low that produced scattered storms across North Texas earlier in the week is now in the mid-south. We can barely see some of the wraparound clouds circulating over Louisiana and out into the Gulf. That's the western edge of that. And speaking of the Gulf, here is our national radar view with a lot of tropical rains across northern Florida and the panhandle of Florida as well. And if you look off to the west, you'll see the outer rain bands of Pacific Hurricane K, which could drop 2 to 4 inches of rain on southwest Arizona, maybe less on Tucson, but they can always use a little rain. Baja California and Mexico could pick up close to a foot of rain from this storm, and San Diego could pick up 2 to 4 inches of rain with isolated 6-inch rainfall possible. That's in San Diego. The other area of rain we see is in the northern Rockies and the Dakotas along a cold front that's moving generally west to east across the northern half of the country. Okay, we're going to move on to the global forecast model, which runs through Thursday of next week, and we're still seeing highs in the 90-degree range across much of North Texas. But notice where the purple shading is. That's up north in Oklahoma and Kansas and Nebraska. And North Texas is looking at a cool down, which we'll get to as we check into the surface maps. That'll be pretty obvious. Now, here's our surface map for tonight, with rain in the northern Rockies and lots of rain along the Gulf Coast in Florida, all the way into South Carolina. And we can see the weakening remnants of what should be Tropical Storm K spreading north along the Baja Peninsula tonight. Okay, now let's advance the surface map 24 hours to Friday evening, and we can see a lot more rain across southern Arizona, the Imperial Valley, and San Diego, then rain stretching on up through Colorado, through the plains, right into the midwestern states, all the way up to the Great Lakes, getting caught up in that cold front that's about halfway across the country, and still some heavy rains over the deep south and over most of Florida just in general. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead to Sunday morning so you can see this new cold front spreading across west and north Texas right here, okay? That cold front's going to be knocking on the door Sunday morning. It's not going to produce any rain, unfortunately, but it will bring our temperatures down just a little bit. We can also see even more Gulf moisture is going to be caught up into the eastern half of the country with heavy rainfall, heavy thunderstorms across Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, Tennessee, Kentucky, and on up through the Mississippi and Ohio valleys on Sunday. I'm going to skip ahead again to Wednesday morning, and by then, our cold front coming through the North Texas area on Sunday will be all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico. And after enjoying some mild temperatures in North Texas for Monday and maybe Tuesday, we'll be warming up into the 90s again. Meanwhile, lots of rain through the Rockies and still more tropical rains across Florida and up into the eastern seaboard. By the way, into the northern Rockies, there's a whole new system coming in from the Pacific early next week. And then this is going to take us to next Thursday. We want to look a week ahead. North Texas is once again hot and dry. Only some rain along the Gulf Coast in Florida with scattered showers in New England and back west over the northern Rockies. So here's our forecast from the WBAP Weather Center. Today, Thursday, sunny and warm with a high near 90, east winds 5 to 10. Clear, milder tonight with lows 68 to 71 because of drier air moving in from the northwest. Things are finally cooling off a little bit more efficiently. Not as much humidity. Tomorrow, Friday, sunny, continued warm with a high of 91, low 70. On Saturday, a high of 93. Sunday's high 92. And then, thanks to the cold front that's coming through Sunday night, by Monday, we're looking at highs only in the upper 80s and lows region-wide in the upper 60s. And that's going to be something very nice indeed. Thanks again for joining us for the WBAP 820 570 KLIF Weather Podcast for Thursday, September 8th. Pool weather this weekend with highs in the lower 90s, but a little cool down early next week. And we'll see you back here for another podcast Thursday morning from WBAP and KLIF. Have a great week. Bye-bye.